Live from San Antonio, Mike Taylor.
Want to thank Austin Andrade, certainly the world's strongest Latino man in town, vying to become the world's strongest Latino man on earth. He was in here the other day, and I had a chance to rewatch the interview we did with that dude. I want to go over there to that gym where he trains. So if y'all got a chance to see that last episode, he's getting ready to go to Portugal. He's getting ready to compete in the world's strongest Latino man contest, and if he wins, obviously that'll be good for him. So shout out to Heavy Metal Fitness for helping arrange to have Austin on with us the other night. And by the way, Lawrence, reach out and see if they want to do a bit with us over there at Heavy Metal Fitness. That looks like a cool place. Gym. It's badass. And they do some real Rocky Balboa type training techniques over there. I'd like to go over there and see the setup. Rudy J's over there all the time doing stuff. I see him posting things from over there, like picking up tires and putting your hands in big makeshifted pieces of metal and just carrying it up hills and shit. As long as I can get through a semi-workout without blowing my back and ball sack out, we'll do it. So reach out to
ball sack and back in that order instead, in terms of priority.
Sack first, back next.
Yeah.
Don't you have a contact over there? You were saying, Lawrence P. Goins.
Yeah, I know the owners.
P for Pacquiao.
Yeah. Tim and Michelle.
Oh, cool.
Ingram,
Let's see if they'll let us come over and do a bit.
Oh, they'll definitely let us. You want to
P for Pacquiao?
What? I don't know why why you're looking at me like that.
The first time I met you, you asked my name and I told you, and then you're like, I'm just going to call you Larry Pacquiao.
Goins didn't roll off the tongue.
Sure, yeah.
This came up last night. Me and Nina were talking about this.
Why was it Larry Pacquiao?
Because his name's Lawrence. Larry's short for Lawrence. You should have seen the look he just gave me.
That's amazing.
I didn't even know that. You reminded me of this last year in passing. I guess we were getting drunk at McFinnigan's, and Lawrence had reminded me that for the first 6 months of our career together at iHeart, I called him Larry Pacquiao. I forgot about it. You just spit on the table.
I did.
Because I met him. His name was Lawrence Goins.
That's still his name today.
It still is his name today.
It was his name when you met him.
It's still not radio friendly.
No.
I just, you know how we do? Dudes give each other a nickname. You're the fucking Puma.
LG, that's a great nickname. Boom.
Right, but this is before I knew he went as DJ LG.
So he had to go. He had to tie in some.
Yeah, this was literally day one that I met this guy. I didn't even meet him. He was on a remote, so this was down the line.
Better.
Yeah.
That's even better.
So how did I even know what race and stuff you were?
I think you asked me. You were like, who the hell is this?
Size you up.
Yeah, you were like, who the hell is this playing bumper music making me go to break? You're like, I guess it's time to go to traffic. Here's Jay Bray.
Yeah. Wow, what a dick I was. It was a long time ago. There was pressure on me to generate ratings and revenue.
I love how it didn't even take one full day to workshop a nickname. You had it without even looking at him. Larry Pacquiao.
What's your name? Lawrence.
That ain't gonna work.
And I was reminded of that awful offensive line from Full Metal Jacket.
Correct. Yeah.
About people who were named Lawrence.
Uh huh.
And I just decided Larry sounds cooler. And
I am royalty, by the way.
I know you are. He has a town named after him. Right?
Y'all give me shit for being small town royalty. This dude's literally got a town named after him.
We have pictures of him of his ancestry in the 20s in the Philippines holding human skulls. So you've got family members that have done way worse than my racist tongue. I wasn't trying to be racist. Now that I look back upon that, I can see where it might be offensive to some. But it's not universally racist. He's from the Philippines.
Nothing's universally racist.
When did we meet? 2008?
Racism isn't universal.
What year was that?
I think it was beginning of 2010 or end of 2009.
And this is the heyday of Manny Pacquiao's career. This is when he was pound for pound the world's best boxer.
That's correct, yeah.
And so that's just why.
It was relevant.
Yeah.
Culturally and pop culturally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's reasonable doubt in case you ever sue me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I know that you know the owners of Heavy Metal Fitness, so maybe reach out to them.
I went to high
Okay.
school with Tim Ingram,
Well,
the
let's
owner.
do a
yes.
bit. So I was going back. I'm trying to get better about, now that we're doing this show, by the way, every day, I'm trying to get better about, like, later on in the day going back. I'm going to put pressure on myself by saying it now to listeners and viewers. Starting today, every time when we get off the air, the first thing I'm going to do is take a leak. And then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to respond to all of the chats that you guys have been involved in. All the comments during our show, because I can't get to them while I'm speaking. I don't have that kind of I'm just not that good. And my ADHD won't allow me to like chat with.
That's a lot.
I can't chat with viewers while talking to you.
It's a lot of juggling.
And so every day when I get off the air, I'm going to check out the chats. You boys feel free to chat as we go if you want, but I've got so much going on over here on my side of the table that I can't during the show, not efficiently. So I'm going to sit down and answer everybody's stuff. But so I've been trying to go back and look at shows now that we've been on almost 2 weeks, and I've had a chance to breathe now.
That was a good interview yesterday.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Puma was given the night off. He was doing stuff with his old lady. Did you like your co-host here?
Spectacular. I've never looked better. Except I'm not sure about the whatever that face situation is. Like I didn't.
Are you disappointed you don't have an open mouth?
Well, I'm more disappointed that
Kind of Michael Myers.
yeah, like it feels like.
It's evil, huh?
And it also doesn't seem to be lined up. It doesn't seem to be level. Looks like one is a little higher than the other there.
Her eyes or her? Well.
Looks like it might have been a knockoff variety.
I blew her up, so I didn't blow her up enough, so to speak. Yeah, there she goes. We need a nickname for her. All right. So where was I? I was looking at the show, and I saw an all green. Members only. So we've been talking about doing some members only content, which is going to piss off a bunch of Thunderdomers. We'll just become a member. What is it, $6 a month?
Something like that.
Okay, $6 a month. You can subscribe to the show for free, but you can become a member for like $6 a month. I'm absolutely down to do extra things and go the extra mile for paid members. $6 a month. It's cheaper than Spotify. Cheaper than every newspaper in the country.
Cheaper than HBO Max
Pretty
or
much.
whatever they're calling it
I'm willing
now.
to do just about anything we have to do
Max
to entice
Plus.
memberships and make people make their within $6 worth of how much ever $6 in value is.
So what level of effort does $6 entail in your eyes?
We'll
Is
see.
that okay?
Again, here's the thing, and one of the cool parts about our show being semi-successful in this area over the years is we're interactive with the viewer. Now, a lot of radio hosts think interactive means please tell me what you want the content to be today because I suck at preparing my own show. I'm not saying come up with content. What I'm saying is our advertisers are partners. Our viewers are, y'all are seriously partners in this. We don't make any money unless, like, for years, iHeartRadio paid me a salary to do a radio show. Anything I got with advertisers was bonus. We are absolutely under your care, Thunderdome. It's going to become a telethon today.
Yeah, buddy.
No, I just wanted to start off with that. This show is fledgling, and we can continue to do it for free, but then we'll start losing money. So if you want to become a member, it's $6 a month on YouTube. Just subscribe. But subscriptions are free. Memberships are $6. If we get to a certain number of members, how many members do we have today, roughly? Do you know off the top of your head, roughly?
Roughly, there's like 20 on YouTube and
Okay.
I think 20 on Buy Me a Coffee as
Okay,
well.
cool. So 40. Bam. Thank you, Brad.
And then eventually we'll open up the Spotify subscriptions, which is the same thing as memberships.
Guy called Brad just bought a coffee. First time watching and listening, and of course, he has a blow-up doll.
Of course. I mean, what do you expect, Brad?
There's a reason we're successful, Brad. No, this show, it's a fledgling show. We don't have a salary. We are at the absolute mercy of tips on buymeacoffee.com/Mike Taylor Live, tips on the Super Chat, advertisers, people that want to help promote us, people that want to do trade with us for swags and stuff. This is what we rely on. And so I'm highly appreciative of those that have been participatory in this show so far. All right, that being said, Puma, you have an offer currently on the table. Take a drink of water. was hoping you'd say,
That's
what would
a
that be, Mike?
dramatic pause. I was waiting more.
I was waiting on you to say, what would that be while I took a
No,
drink of water?
because I could see how this playlet is going to roll out here, and I have no idea what you're going to describe.
Did you boys know? I know you know now because I've told you the ABA still existed. It still exists. Did you know that the ABA existed before we met our guy Adam?
Yes, only I didn't realize how widespread it still was, but I
Yeah.
knew in the past, in a past life, we did giveaways for ABA games at different times.
Okay, on the ticket.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
by the way,
on
Cox.
Yeah,
Oh,
Cox.
okay. By the way, when you were on Cox.
that's correct.
By the way, every time you hear a little sound effect, ring, rings, ring, that means someone has either tipped us or become a member. And that's a good sound.
Yep. Shout out to Brian, a new member.
What's up, Brian Whitener? Thank you. That's an Arsenal fan, that Brian Whitener, right? If that's the right Brian Whitener.
I'll take any Gooner's money.
Sure. The reason I bring up the ABA is because we have a team in town. We actually have two teams in town, but one of the teams is the Alamo City All-Stars. And our good buddy Adam Montalvo, whose dad literally named the San Antonio franchise the Spurs.
Yeah, basketball royalty.
As we talked about the other day, he is a major player with the Alamo City All-Stars, and they want you and I to do all of their games this season. There's like 15, 16 games. I think the season starts in October.
Okay.
Home and away. Do you want to do the Alamo City All-Stars with me?
And
I'll
away.
call
How far? What's the farthest road trip for that team?
Natchitoches, Louisiana.
That's
I don't
what I was
know.
about to
North,
say, like, we're
North
going to
Texas,
Lafayette.
Oklahoma,
Yeah.
New Mexico, maybe.
That's
Are
not
you
too
down?
bad. Yeah,
Okay.
Basically, the whole Southland Conference.
pretty much. Yeah, the
Yeah,
old
basically
Southland
South,
days.
because the ABA now it's very regionalized. There's hundreds of teams in the ABA. These are a bunch of semi-pro guys, ex-college guys that are out of eligibility. They do have some younger college-age kids that play in this league that maybe have some eligibility left that are trying to get picked up by whoever. There's some competitive players. There's some old 30-year-old washed-up ball players that fall down drunks that couldn't make it in the NBA, and they're playing in the ABA. It's very Jackie
Chase
Moon
the dream. That's exactly what
sounding.
it's.
This sounds very much like Jackie Moon and Andre 3000. Did y'all see that movie that Will Ferrell was in where they were the semi-pro? Was
Yeah,
the name of the movie?
semi-pro, yeah.
It's basically semi-pro. They want us to do their games. They're actually having a business meeting today strategizing on what they're going to do with the upcoming season, and you and I are being discussed over there. So I need to call Adam in a little while when his meeting is over and the show gets over because they want us to do all of their games. They're going to stream the games, right? And by the way, I don't think a lot of Thunderdomers know this. The head coach of our team is Johnny Moore, whose 00 was in
great
the Raptors.
Johnny Moore.
Johnny Moore is the head coach of the Alamo City All-Stars. And I need to actually reach out to Johnny about coming on the show. That would be really cool. It would be our first retired numbered Spur ever to have on this show. But we need supporters because if we're going to do the games, we need someone to stream it. I wonder if you know any short Filipinos that might be able to help stream our games.
That might or might not be related to Manny Pacquiao.
Or maybe have a town named after him
Or
in
maybe have a
in a certain state in America.
No, Mike, I struggle to come up with any individual that feats those.
Maybe somebody that may or may not be doing a current show. We need supporters, though, to pay. That's the thing. We need sponsors because the ABA, they run on sponsors. If it weren't for HEB and whoever else or whatever, they wouldn't. No one's going to get paid. We're not going to make a lot of money, but I think it would be
Sounds
really cool
fun.
to promote this show.
Yeah,
It'd be a hell of a
yeah.
lot of fun. And there's only like 14, 15 games in the whole season.
Yeah, it can't be that bad.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And half of them are right on the east side by your house.
Oh, that's right. Because
Yeah.
they play, the whatchamacallit right there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Antioch?
I think so.
God almighty. But
Which one? Regardless.
Regardless. So we're just talking 6, 7 road games. But in order to get the stream rolling, now they may have a guy who can stream it already. I'm just messing with Lawrence. That part I don't know. But it needs to be supported, right? So if we can get enough support Thunderdome, do y'all want to see me and Puma call basketball games? I think that would be pretty good.
I think it'd be amazing.
I think it'd be funny. I think we have good enough chemistry where, I mean, we do a sports kind of show.
Sure.
We might as well go call some ball.
Might as well.
And do it the way we would do it. Like,
well, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a given.
yeah. And I'll do my best.
the only way
like
we're gonna do
Smith
it.
to the top of the key, passes
you'll
to
have to
Jones,
do
takes a
play-by-play.
3-point shot, makes a shot. But it's on television, so we don't have
So
to.
you don't
I
have to
call
everything. Yeah, that's fair.
If we can get support doing that,
Man, could you
then
imagine?
they want me and Puma to call their games. They can't pay us, but if we can get sponsored, then we can get paid.
See, and we could. There is a lot of opportunity for bits, like through sponsorship with this.
Yeah, can you imagine? We might even have players come over that are hurt but are not playing and just shoot the shit, smoke a joint, and do the game.
Well,
if we go to Colorado,
You're right, it's fair. Or New Mexico.
Yeah.
Right? New Mexico.
Okay, very good. So, hell, if we find it, if a Thunderdumber steps up and wants to help sponsor this, hell, shit, we'll take you with us on the road.
Yeah.
We'll just pile you in the car with us and go with us.
Man,
That's the thing. We're doing a YouTube show now. It is. They don't care what we do. It's Wild West. We have no rules. However creative we can get in trying to promote this show and what you and I are doing, if we can promote this show by calling games for the All-Stars, it helps my boy Adam. It helps the All-Stars, and it helps build our brand. But we got to have some help paying for all this stuff.
Yeah, I almost feel like
Because I'm currently technically unemployed.
minor detail.
I'm literally begging on the internet every day for money.
Give
Thank
me
you.
$6, please.
Every $6
What did you
feeds
call
my
it?
child.
What did you say? You have enough provisions. You have enough provisions until August.
Yeah, I don't have any cash,
You went
though.
straight Oregon Trail.
I've got some beaver pelts. I've got some dried up jerky, but I don't have any cash. And that's they're not going to take beef jerky at the gas station
No,
between here and
probably not.
Colorado. We need money to pay for
That's
gas.
probably fair.
So if I can get 500 Thunderdomers to donate $50 a pop, we're good. That's it. We're done. That's it. That's easy.
Yeah, I think we can do
500
this. We can do
Thunderdomers
this.
donate $50. What's that? 25 grand? That pays for the whole season, and it keeps Lawrence
Yeah.
coming back and doing our show and allowing us to be racist
Yeah, well,
because he needs the money
I
too.
like how sometimes it's I'm the show, it's my show, and then it allows us to be racist. I see how that
It's my show, so
Right,
therefore
right,
I'll be
so
racist.
therefore, right.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say on that. So we have an offer to go do games.
We could get really creative with some sponsorship ideas for the team.
There's people in town. I don't want to call anybody out by name, but there's people in town. I think I think that they think it would be pretty cool to be affiliated with the ABA team because of the history of that league.
Sure.
That's where the Spurs got started.
Yeah.
And these are good games. These aren't spare dudes, just weekend warriors that just want to go play some ball and keep their back healthy. These are ex-college guys, semi-pro guys that maybe flunked out of school. I don't want to say they're all a bunch of flunkies.
Yeah.
Maybe guys that are retired. So there's some older dudes in there that might played college ball, maybe played a year or two in the old what was it, the CBA. There's probably some European guys in that league that have come over to play that have moved to the States and want to keep playing ball that are good. There's some good players. And Johnny Moore wouldn't be coaching that team if they're a bunch of spares. So these are good guys. These are good players. These games are good. They're exciting. So reach out to me if you have an interest in helping me and Puma go call their games this year because they've asked us to do it. All right. Also be on the lookout for my stuff at InsideTheSpurs.com. I'm a writer now, as you know. And starting Monday, did I say this to you? I don't know if I've told you this. I'm going to start doing Cowboy stuff too now.
You've been teasing it.
Already been promoted. Either I'm a better writer than I thought, or they're desperate for people in this part of the state.
Or some combination
Maybe.
of the two.
So I'm already writing 4 pieces a day for InsideTheSpurs.com. And then starting Monday, you'll have me doing stuff for InsideTheStar.com. Cowboy
4
stuff.
pieces a week.
Correct. What I say, a day?
A day.
Oh,
That's
my
what I
God.
was
No,
about
my
to say.
bad. My bad.
I was really about to
My
say.
bad. No wonder I'm not
You
sleeping.
have been elevated.
4 Spurs/NBA/ whatever I want to talk about a day. And then on Monday, thank you, Holmes. And then on Monday, it is Cowboy stuff on Inside the Star. They asked me to do it, so I'm going to do it, man. So that's how it's going to go. So that's cool. Inside the Star stuff, it'll be, whatever I want to get into. But There'll be a lot of stuff on Wemby, obviously, as the heralded pressure virgin. That is, Victor Wembanyama gets set to make his summer league debut in Vegas pretty soon. So that should be a hell of a lot of fun. How you doing today, dude? We good? You solid?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You told me yesterday you slept all day.
Yeah.
You good? You sick?
No, I've still got I've reached that age in my life where a lot of my friend groups are going through transformational change in adulthood. Whether it be relationships forming or ending, or kids being born, or I've had. It seems like the winds of change. It's change season, and it feels like they have all blown simultaneously through the bowels of my living room.
It's your age.
It is.
Late 30s.
Late 30s.
Change season. So you're housing divorcees?
Well, let's not call them that. Let's call them friends who need a roof.
Okay. Oh, man. RPH Jedi's in here. I really appreciate the new/same show, fellas. I'm glad that we're at least getting an hour out of y'all. My question is, will you be dividing that 1 hour into 10-minute, 6-minute segments?
Don't tempt me.
10 6-minute segments. No, but shut up. No.
We'll be one of the biggest podcasters on YouTube.
Puma's got PTSD from having to load so many different increments of the old podcast over on the ticket.
It was a good strategy. I'm not going to lie. It
pissed off a lot of people, though. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of hits, but people had to go the extra mile to click on everything we did.
It completely inflated numbers and appeased corporate overlords and pissed off the entire listening audience. So, I mean, sure, I guess, yeah, we served the right master. Fuck the listener.
Good word.
To make money.
AJ's in here. Good piece yesterday on Wemby. Stats, sources, semicolons.
Yeah, what the hell's happening?
Who is this dude? Great Reed Mayer. Okay, again, I've been told right stream of consciousness. Now, I have this smart lady that I live with who helps me with all that stuff. And then I send it off, and another editor takes a look at it. So I literally have 2 people editing all of my pieces every day. I don't know what the fuck a semicolon is, so if I put it in there, that wasn't me. They don't take the essence away from what I write, but they clean it up and make it look like decent English, because I've always been paid to speak. It's funny that a lot of people, I'm known for I guess I have a unique way of speaking, which is it's an amalgamation of Mexican barrio/white trash. But that doesn't translate too well when you're trying to write an AP-style article for a major subscription newspaper or online, thing like SI. So that's much needed. Thank you, editors. Thank you. What else? Ronnie's on here. Already graduated from the bullet points. Yeah, I did. Last week, it was just give us some bullet points on the Spurs. Now it's write whatever you want on the Spurs and the NBA and whatever's in your head, and I'll do some Cowboys. So it's worked out good, and I appreciate that. All right. Jethro's in here. What's up, dude? It's going to be a fucking telethon every day. It's my second day to watch. No, I don't want. It's not a telethon, but it's a fledgling show. We're like a PBS show, right? We're going to have good quality entertainment and content, but it runs on sponsorships and donations and stuff.
Yeah, I watched a great episode of Nova last night on
How
KLR.
long's Nova been on the air? 50 years?
I mean, at least since I was a kid.
My grandma watched it in the late 70s and early 80s. Loved Nova.
Same.
And without your contributions,
That's exactly
programs
right.
like Nova on public broadcast system may not be possible.
And the other day, right after it, we went, sometimes I know the roommate is really at her wit's end.
Yeah.
And one of those moments happened when I was about 15 minutes into a Roy Orbison
She's at her wit's end
concert.
because of your actions.
That's correct, yeah. And after about 5 songs of Roy Orbison, she goes, "You planning on watching this whole thing?" And I'm like, I mean, no. She's like, "Oh, okay. I just didn't know we were gonna get roped in."
You were asking her if the word. No.
No. Am I?
Do y'all watch the Ken Burns documentaries?
Oh yeah. Always.
Oh my God.
The country music documentary was amazing.
Did you watch baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
of course.
Plus the extra innings.
All that stuff is, again, on PBS.
His Vietnam one was really, really, really good.
Didn't he have one just called World War II?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad. I
There's
saw
another
a lot
big
of it.
one we're missing too.
By Tim?
By Ken
Ken Burns. I'm going to call him Tim Burns. Who the hell's Tim Burns? Kim Burns. Anyway, no, it's not going to be we're not doing a telethon every day. And also want people to know that you can trust us. We might we're kind of ragtaggy, but we take it serious on paper anyway.
I've gotten real ragtaggy lately.
That's all right. You're out of work.
Yeah.
We run this thing correctly. There's no skullduggery in here for our partners. And ask anybody, like R&R Autoglass, who's been with us forever. I'll tell you, we've done a good job for them. All right. So
the National Parks one that he did was amazing.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
yes,
good.
The Natty Parks one.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of beautiful places in this country, you boys ever been to Destin, Florida?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
I'm having lunch with a guy. I just met him earlier this week, and he said he had just got back from the Destin, Florida area, that Redneck Riviera. And he says I asked him, "Oh, cool. Did you do any swimming?" He was like, "No, we couldn't do any swimming because there was a lot of riptides." And they made an announcement, I guess, wherever he was staying there on the beach, the waters are real rough. Everybody's got to get out of the water, and we weren't able to swim for the whole time I was there. And he was talking about how somebody died because they just refused. Like, they got out of the water, and then when the Coast Guard or the local authorities stopped watching, right back in, like a bunch of dumbasses. And he is now obviously home because we were having lunch the other day, but he was just saying, it was real bad. The waters right there in that part of the Gulf Coast were awful and dangerous. A lot of tourists every year get killed in Hawaii because they go out there, get drunk, think they can handle that damn Pacific Ocean, and they get out there too far, don't know what they're doing, conk their head on a coral or something, and die.
And it's over.
And it's over. Just like that. The ocean will kill you just like that. One of the people that died in Destin this week, Ryan Mallett.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
The NFL player. Yeah, my buddy Brad was there. So I took this off of CNN that had this morning. Rip currents have claimed the lives of 11 people now in the last 2 weeks in the Gulf Coast.
Really?
Good Lord.
Well,
and Ryan Mallett being one of them, the former football player.
I wonder what's the average number of drowned? Because, that's talking the entire Gulf Coast. That's from Brownsville to Destin.
It's a hell of a lot in 2 weeks.
It is. I agree. But that's what I wonder what the average number of drownings in the Gulf is for a normal week.
Not 11.
Is it 2?
No.
Is it even
I bet
1?
It's less than 1.
Right.
Yeah. If one person a week was dying in that area, they'd shut off all swimming.
Well, and even, you say that area. If it's 1 in Florida.
Let's see. Let me look this up. It says, okay, here it goes. So the deaths, it looks like they've spanned, I got a little grid. Fort Morgan, Alabama, is near where one of the deaths were, all the way up to Panama City Beach, Florida.
Okay,
so not a huge swath.
Yeah.
No. So according says that according to the weather service, a rip current. They're real bad right now in that part of the Gulf, and a lot of Thunderdomers have gone to Destin in that area over the years. Me and Nina have talked about going to Floribama. We want to go to that little area there.
And Redneck Riviera.
Bet your ass.
Good God.
I can't wait. I'm going to wear a tank top, puka shells.
Blair your Morgan Wallen.
Big old fucking jalopy cowboy hat, big ass Oakley sunglasses, and have a ball.
It would be fun.
Blast some Jimmy Buffett. Act like you wouldn't have a fucking
it would be
ball.
Fun. I would hate myself.
No, you wouldn't.
For a week afterwards, but it'd be fun.
Republicans are people too, Puma. Damn it.
It's not a Republican or a Democrat issue. It's more of a
what?
Pretty
what?
Pretty backwoods mindset. I don't necessarily
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas,
and I'm from Glen Rose. Like I don't.
Why are you stopping me down?
Necessarily think that's
no.
We've talked
about
vacation.
We've talked about going to the Floribama. We want to go to landmarks, not necessarily towns.
What landmarks?
The world's biggest ball of yarn. Shit like that. We want a funny excuse to go to places that are cool.
Fair, yeah.
But the fun, everything's a bit.
Everything's a bit.
You know that.
Yeah, fair. Go see the world.
Just gonna enjoy the plight of America. Yeah?
Sure.
Hey, kids, you enjoying this plight?
Yeah, what's that Kenny Chesney song? Sitting here at the Floribama, about to open up a can of good times. Bet your ass.
Yeah, if you're quoting Kenny Chesney to explain your decision-making process,
bingo.
Proving life is just a bit.
At some point, we're going to go out there, and I want to make sure that I check the riptide scene, though. Y'all know the rip current, according to the Weather Service, is a relatively small-scale surf zone current, causing water to become trapped between the beach and a sandbar or other underwater features like giant coral.
Yeah.
Y'all know what a sandbar is.
Yeah.
It's like a little tiny island, just a little beachy area that like sticks up out of the water 2 miles out. Water can get caught in there, and it causes backwash.
Circulates.
And idiots go out there been at the Floribama drinking Coors Light all day. They go out there and get killed. I don't want to
go hang
make
with
light.
Antifa in Portland or Redneck Riviera. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's no.
Oh, we're gonna do both.
Yeah, I know. Roll tape.
Roll Tide. No pun intended. People are dying. You're getting all funny, making jokes.
I mean,
okay.
send the mallet to Ham.
Dude, he was a damn good player at Arkansas. Michigan, then Arkansas, backed up Brady for a little bit.
Originally, he was
Michigan. Yeah.
Was that where he went first?
Yeah.
I know he was. I know he went Michigan to.
Yeah, and then Bobby Petrino stole him at Arkansas. This is before Bobby Road-Rash got fired. He had Ryan Mallett.
Well, he was.
Check that. I think I'm right on that.
Texas High, right? Up Texarkana. Pretty sure.
That I don't know. I know he started off at Michigan. I think he's from Arkansas. But the Texarkana side, I want to say. The Arkansas side of that. Right there in the corner. But
yeah.
And he
born
transferred,
technically in Arkansas.
Okay. Transfers to Petrino, plays for the Hogs, played in the league 6-7 years.
Yeah, Texas High.
Okay, and then backed up Tom Brady there for a minute. And then wound up coaching in Arkansas, and he was just on summer vacation. He was out there. I don't want to say it's his fault or anything, but there was a lot of warning by the Coast Guard and local authorities that the waters have a lot of riptides right now. Steer clear. But not everybody's getting the message, and unfortunately, Ryan Mallett was one of them. So several people have also almost died, getting hurt, swallowing water, having to get rescued.
Man, that
whole area is just moribund right now. It's just no good it's no good place to swim.
That's two former Arkansas legends that have either, unfortunately, lost their life or almost lost their life in beach-related incidents lately. You remember the other one? Peyton Hillis?
He's alive.
Right.
But he damn near died.
Yeah. He was in ICU for a couple weeks, recovering from nearly drowning when he saved his kids.
Them old Arkansas boys, oh, hell, I can swim.
Yeah.
I've been swimming in the creek my whole life. I can figure out this bullshit out here in Destin. Yeah.
It's not much different than South half Buffalo River.
Shout out to all of my Arkansas-born Thunderdomers.
I can make that joke.
All right, I have a major show announcement
Whoa!
here. A major announcement.
Well, why did we save it for 32 minutes into the episode?
Well, that's how you do a good show. I'm getting used to the chronology of this television show now.
Okay.
Yeah. It is Taylor Live. It is episode 88. We have a new partner.
No one told me.
We need that drop back.
There's a lot that I missed because I noticed that I missed them because I still use them in normal conversation, like with the roommate or just randomly around my house. That's how I know the good ones.
All right. Did you boys know there really is a shortage of homes? There was a run on home. Lawrence knows this. He bought a house in recent years. And he didn't buy one, but he rented this one. But how hard was it to even rent this house? Didn't you have 8 people wanting to jump into this house?
Super difficult.
Renting and buying is difficult to do in this area. There has been such a run because people wanted to come down to San Antonio in this area to buy a house. And there's been such a run that it's created a shortage of homes. So if you've been thinking about selling a home, call my man Hank from Vortex Realty. Ah, yes. We have an official realtor of this show. The new official real estate agent of Thunderdome is Hank Perez. Hank Perez. Some of you boys may say Perez. Some of you may say Perez. Hank Perez, welcome to Thunderdome, man. He is our new official real estate agent. And if you're thinking about selling, call Hank from Vortex Realty for a free market analysis. He'll go over what the market's currently doing with you for absolutely free and find out what your property is worth. This is for people trying to sell their property. Maybe your neighbor may be selling, and wants to find out what your property could probably fetch, call Hank. Maybe your mom and daddy are getting older. Maybe they want to find out what the old homestead is worth, downsizing. Greg Popovich recently downsized and moved to Southtown. Call Hank. Maybe you got a ranch or a farm up in the hill country. Maybe you want to know what the value is right now in real time. A lot of people own property and never bother to even see what the hell it's worth on a given, like once a year they'll check the worth. Hank can tell you now. No obligations.
Call Hank.
Call Hank. Just text Hank your address. That's his cell phone right there, by the way, on the screen. Call him. Address, phone number right there. Go get free comps on your property. 300-1121. He's even got a real easy phone number to remember. 300-1121. Again, it's Hank at Vortex Realty. 300-1121. All right, I want a Hank chant. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Hank. 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 Hank.
Call Hank. Call Hank. Call Hank. Call Hank. Call Hank.
Call Hank. Call Hank. Call Hank. Woo! That's so cool. Shout out to Hank.
Shout out
That's my
to
boy.
Hank.
I had lunch with him too this week. That's my dude right there. Hank wants to meet Puma too next.
Stone Oak name there? Hank
Perez.
Come on.
No, he's Puro San Antonio.
So I guess it's
He's from
opposite.
You should have saw him and Nina talking Mexican. I just sat there and drank my beer and listened.
Yeah, just
trying to
sit
pick up
back
every
and-
fifth word.
Yeah, right. Like whenever I'm
He speaks
watching.
English,
Yeah.
but they were going after get two Mexicans in a room full of a bunch of white people, and they just talk to each other in Mexican. Now Hank's a damn good dude. I wouldn't be doing business with him. He's the guy. Go if you're looking to sell property, call Hank right now. That's my boy Hank, the new official realtor of this radio show and this television show, and this YouTube fledgling show. Good shit. Thank you, Hank. That's our new realtor, Hank the realtor. Reach out to me and I'll give you his number and such if you have an interest in going and seeing what your property currently may be worth. Make a bundle on your property right now with values and houses hard to find. All right. Speaking of ocean deaths, boy, the ocean death has been a major player already this year. Is this the number one story of the year, non-politically related? The Coast Guard has delivered parts of that sub and even found human remains.
Of course.
Got delivered this morning up in like Newfoundland, I want to say, in Canada, St. John's Bay, maybe.
Oof.
So, yeah, they delivered hamburger meat.
Okay. Good God. I'm not
parts
even
of the
sure
sub.
it would be that. I'm thinking
Well, yeah, what is it?
it's like bolognese. if anything.
Wow, what a shock jock.
I'm just trying
Hamburger
to
meat
think.
wasn't bad enough. Bolognese. I would have thought that stuff would have been like devoured and consumed by fish.
I bet some of it was so pressurized it just stuck to the. There was probably some stuck to the insides of those walls
Oh
that
my
even
God,
the
you're
fish
probably
couldn't get off.
Like the inside of the Kennedy limousine.
But if the Kennedy limousine had been a mile underwater,
So they're going to take all they found a whole bunch of the parts. Me and Lawrence were watching a video of them hauling it in earlier. Lawrence even knew all. Oh, that's the hole. That's the head gasket. That's the so and such part. Lawrence is totally into the. He's like, he has
they
like
pulled out the dome.
he has
The
like
porthole
a
was still
serial
intact.
killer's interest in this story.
the
over there.
roommate is at the
dome?
same level of.
Okay, what did they pull out?
The porthole was still intact. Everyone thought that the plexiglass was going to break on the porthole. That would be the point of failure, but they pulled that out intact. So it must have just blown off the front.
Good Lord,
Because it was bolted. That's the part that was bolted in with 17 bolts.
17 bolts. He knows the exact number. Of
course.
And probably the star design of the bolts.
Oh yeah, I saw a video where people are getting bolted into it, and it's just no. You couldn't pay me enough.
Wait, you
do
had to
that.
get bolted in there? See, I don't feel bad about making jokes.
Yeah, if they had
rich
if-
people.
if they had made it to the surface, they could have just been stuck there, bolted in, trapped until
Well,
someone found them.
My bigger
Jesus.
question is, what was the purpose of using all of the resources to try to find these people? Because like you make your jokes about them, they're rich, they got what they deserve, but whatever. But how does our government actually justify?
Oh, here we go.
Like, do we do this?
Now
we
batting.
don't do this for every
Antifa
single
Sam.
shipwreck.
Now batting.
I'm just
Antifa
saying,
Sam.
Like that's where That's where my line of questioning kind of starts.
I don't know. I'm sure we spent millions. The whole fucking Coast Guard was out there looking for them.
And how
Yes,
do you
they should.
justify? Really?
The U.S. Coast Guard should help recover dead people out in our waters.
5 people? Like they're gonna like.
Well, it does give them a reason to use those fancy, robots that they scoured the ocean floor.
You're paying for.
you know?
That's your tax dollars
Thank you.
at work.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
It
just do
doesn't
live
feel-
drops.
That's what we're gonna have to do for a while until someone will make we need a drop sponsor. Someone who will just buy all of the equipment we need for.
You could come in early and help him do it,
What are you talking
or
about?
go home and do it.
I was
Help
told
us.
we don't have this hardware.
Fuck
for
it. We can YouTube those things.
Well,
There's
we can
somewhere
get
on
the audio.
Yeah.
I just need to get some way for him to operate it over there,
Need the file.
which is
that's
roughly
cool.
$200.
No, help him.
Oh,
help
that's
him.
not bad.
Let's go compile.
$200 drop sponsor.
Let's go compile. I'm saying we got to go get them though. Go to YouTube.
Oh, that's
or
easy.
Go find Spike Lee going, no one told me.
That's pretty easy.
Or who was that? That was Joe Buck. That's your tax
Yeah,
dollars
that was
worth.
that
Joe
was
Buck. Those
Joe
are
Buck.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're easy to find.
Sure.
No, I don't understand. Like if this had not involved a multi-billionaire whose son chose to go to the Blink-182 concert and put out on social media, don't attack me for this. This is my way of grieving. Music helps me get through tough times in my life.
Adam's song. We must have been riveting.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah, the whole "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket" record probably got him through the emotional turmoil of the situation.
Don't tell people how to grieve.
I'm not, but I'm just saying. I think there.
It wasn't
if it
the
had
best
been-
of looks.
If it had
no.
been just 5 Joe Schmoes,
Yeah.
from middle to lower class, I
Had
don't
it been
think
Americans, we would have. Our Coast Guard had it been Americans, the Coast Guard would have done it.
And that's
it
completely
was.
understood
Some
because I
were.
think that is a justifiable use. If it's one American, go do it.
Sure.
But were any of these people American?
The founder was he not?
Oh, well, okay. Next question. What are the financial liability issues here?
Well, the owner's dead. The company's clearly done.
But I mean, I was about to say,
No one needs to do this anymore. That's for sure. No
Well,
more
there
going
is,
down.
there
and,
is a co-founder
There's
that's
a-
still alive.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
the
well,
other
whoever that
guy.
is, fuck you,
The
dude.
guy who was
You
smart
kill
enough
people.
not to go on the expedition.
Seriously,
Yeah.
we got enough going to the Titanic wreckage and bolted in little boats. It's stupid. What are we doing? No more of this. It's stupid. This was bound to happen, and it will happen again if they start doing it again.
Well, how is
without
it-
better research and better equipment?
How is there? I mean, I guess there's no real legal regulation of these vessels to begin with.
I'm sure that you signed your life away, literally.
Right. So you can just sign. I think, what did the CBS reporter say? Like the first page alone had 3 mentions of, in case of death on
Yeah.
the waiver that he signed.
Sure.
But like we don't, like in the U.S., if a activity is, say there's a bungee jumping company at the Grand Canyon. Speaking of, did y'all see another dude jumped off the sky bridge at the Grand Canyon?
No.
Yes.
On purpose? On video?
Being investigated.
You guys are gross watching all these videos.
I don't watch them. I
It'll
read the
warp your
headline.
brain.
Yeah, I just see a headline.
Again, Rotten.com had a
okay.
massive impact.
Desensitize
Also,
you to murder and death.
I went back and
Faces
watched.
of Death was real.
I went back. No, it wasn't. It was about 80-20. 80 real, 20% made up. I went back and
Hang on, when
watched
they cut the brains-
first
when
three.
I'll say those monkey brains look pretty real to me.
They
The
look
monkey
pretty
brains
real.
are real.
That was disturbing.
You can, there's literally, okay, this is going to show you the
We got
depths of
Thunderdome
my,
going, what the fuck are y'all
all
talking
right.
about?
So there is an entire index of every Faces of Death scene that will tell you exactly the origin and whether it was real and the context of whether it was actually, because there was a lot like the cannibal scenes and stuff like that. There's a lot of real footage spliced in with fake footage to make you think what you're watching is 100%. Anyway,
Right.
I fell down the Faces of Death wormhole recently and went back and I was feeling nostalgic. Mike, playing all this Zelda made me feel like a
Gross.
kid again. So I went and
gross.
found the Faces of Death.
So gross. Well, they're going to try and reassemble all
No, my whole
those-
point.
Oh, go ahead.
Like if a company is running a bungee jumping expedition at the Grand Canyon
Yeah.
and they have 3 people die in a week,
Yeah.
they get shut down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like there is a legal umbrella.
This needs to stop.
That's what it feels. But who is in like? Is the company based out of America? Is the company like where's the company
I don't
based
know.
out of?
I have no idea.
What? How do you stop rich people from getting on a homemade vessel
You don't.
and exploring
They'll
the
find
ocean?
something else.
Exactly.
To occupy their time because they're desensitized because they get to do whatever they want. They've done it all.
Well, the other question is, do any of these American laws apply when they're in international waters?
That's
No
my other
idea.
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think you can stop people from exploring the ocean. I think this is
You can't,
This is the
but this
beginning. This is only
particular
going to
way.
be the first. I think we're about to have an explosion of
Wow.
so
Good Lord.
to speak.
You are
Look,
desensitized.
I have no sympathy. No, I mean you got into
No, not a lot. No.
cracker box.
Feel bad
yeah.
for the 19-year-old
I
kid.
feel bad for the families. Yeah.
I feel bad for the kid.
Yeah, well, the
19-year-old
one who
kid.
literally was drug on there against his will.
Was he really? I
his-
thought he wanted to.
Mom testified or gave interviews saying that he was basically sleepless the entire week before and crying all night because he didn't want to go.
Oh my God.
And the dad basically
Quit
said,
being a pussy."
"Quit being a bitch."
Yeah, golly. Well, what the parts that they have recovered, which seems to be a lot, they're going to reassemble it like they do whenever there's when the Challenger blew up. Oh no, what was the one that blew up over North Texas?
Well,
Challenger? No, that was the 80s.
Challenger was the 80s.
Odyssey?
Yeah. No.
Whatever the one was that smattered on.
Yeah.
I don't remember the names because talk about Lord not wanting you to do shit. Lord don't want you in them things neither. That one that blew up the Columbia.
Columbia there.
Yeah.
I always loved it as a kid when people would tell me what what the good Lord wanted, but would always drop in a shit. Good Lord don't want you doing that shit, Samuel.
No, he don't. Absolutely don't. My grandmother, my father's mom, she thought that the Lord did not want humans in space, or he would have made it breathable for us. And so we had no business trying
Hard
to
to
go
argue
up
with
there.
that logic.
And so when them people blew up, she felt bad for them, but she just felt like God didn't want that to happen anyway. That was against God's will. And what happens to those that do things against God's will? You are smited by the holy smiter.
Actually, about 99% of the time, nothing happens.
Well,
And
that
then
particular
1% of the
one-
time, something happens,
Well, he's
and
trying
it's
to
a
send you a
random
message.
coincidence.
They got killed,
and no
so y'all don't
connection
do it
whatsoever to a higher being.
They got killed, so y'all will stop doing it. So they're going to reassemble the thing. I don't. What's more to be said? Stop doing. Don't do this shit. If you do this, you're stupid. That's it.
Yeah, or at least
That's all I got on it.
At
They're
least
stupid.
don't use the raw cats control. At least buy the Microsoft or Sony.
The United States Navy regrets to inform you that your sons are dead because they were stupid. That's the line from Top Gun. They were dumb. They got
They're
killed
dumb.
doing dumb shit. It's unfortunate. All right, show's also brought to you by R&R Auto Glass. Go get yourself the Taylor Especial. Our partners offer incentives. We've got good people we do business with. And just like, Hank, R&R for years now have been the same. Puro San Antonians, independently owned and operated. They do what they got to do over there to make your life better if you've had window damage to your car wreck, break-in, roadside hazards, however your glass in your car gets damaged, go get it fixed at R&R Auto Glass and then mention me or Puma or LG, doesn't matter. Mention the idiots on the YouTube show.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. Them dumbasses I heard on the YouTube show, they'll give you the hookup. It is R&R Auto Glass. Go get the Taylor Especial over there and get you a hookup at R&R. And not just because it's a discount. They're the best damn people in the city at doing this and went off on their own, just like we're doing now. They once were fledgling, and look at them now, kings of the business in this town. Fingers are crossed. Go get R&R Auto Glass to fix your glass right there by the airport at 281 in Tacoma.
You want to hear reason number 897 that the terrorists hate us? 898. 899. I just saw an ad
It is
for
Fart Drop Thursday. I forgot.
That's fair. I just saw an ad for Post Malone's celebrity chicken meal, celebrity combo from Raising Cane's.
The white twin
What are we doing?
called
here?
me up the other day. Daddy, Post Malone's got his own meal.
Oh, you knew this?
Totally gonna go.
Oh my god!
No, the white twin called me and told me about it. All hype, ready to go.
What's worse, the celebrity liquor or the celebrity fast food meal? Like George Clooney's tequila
Casamigos is
or
pretty good.
Travis Scott's McDonald's meal.
The tequila's at least, it seems
It's at least-
elegant.
Yeah, and it tastes good.
Oh, God.
God.
It must be toward the end of the program. We had a perfect game last night. You see any of
What?
that? Where the fuck you been?
Dude,
You have literally checked out.
I've had Bluey or something on my TV that I don't even know. Some kid show. I think that's what it's called. Oh, there's no one
Don't
here.
believe-
Blues Clues?
No, it's not Blues Clues. I know.
Oh, you've got
Blues
little
Clues.
kids in your. Oh my God!
So when I get home,
I don't know what kids watch anymore.
I've got to kind of.
Go out in the yard and do something,
Yeah,
dumbass.
hey, there's a couple sticks in the backyard. Y'all go hit each other
You
with
get
them.
thirsty. There's a water hose on the right corner of the house.
Pretty much.
Domingo Herman
Oh, no way.
threw in a perfect game last night
Perfect.
in Oakland. I don't want to take away from it. It's only the 24th time, and I bring this up because the perfect game is the most rare thing you'll see. One of the most rare things. Didn't you? We did a segment on the radio show earlier this year, late last year. Most rare things in sports possible. Perfect games, top 5, I think. Major League Baseball's been around since the 1870s. This is only the 24th time somebody's thrown a perfect game.
Oh, yeah, because we were talking about one of the first perfect games that was thrown was back when they still pitched underhanded. That was
they don't count.
That was how we were, but that was what we were talking
Well,
about.
this year's Oakland A's are so shitty, I think he may be able to throw one underhanded last night.
Well,
They're so bad. I don't want to take away from Domingo Herman's perfect game, but the A's, that's the worst team of my lifetime. I was born in 74. I don't think there's been a team fielded that's worse than this year's A's. They're so out of there. The whole franchise is done. They're building stadium in Vegas. They don't give a shit. Yeah, go look at the highlights, man. So anyway, I haven't watched the Astros much this week, and the Astros are kind of scuffling still. I don't think they're totally up Rio de Caca.
Rangers took 2 out of 3 from Detroit.
I know, but the Astros are wonky. Although, I'll remind everybody that nothing matters in the first half of the baseball season.
No.
Just stay within 15 games or even 20. Don't lose your ace to Tommy John surgery, and you're fine. And you're fine. Yeah, go back and look at the highlights. I actually told Puma a baseball story he didn't know. You really have had your house hijacked.
Yeah, and to be honest, last night I was watching, it was a pretty eventful last night sports viewing. Like I mentioned, Rangers, Tigers, but also had Team USA playing St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay. Did we win?
6-0.
Oh, okay.
And then it was the NHL draft last night. So I was watching the Connor Bedard
While you were doing that, we had a
sweepstakes.
perfect game
Yeah,
by
I
a
missed
Yankee.
that. Well, again, I mean, he threw against a fall league team, so
You're right. They're terrible, but still, it counts. They fielded a team, and he threw one. All right.
might as well have been a split squad
Reach
session
out to
on
those.
a backfield.
Reach out to those boys over at Heavy Metal Fitness. I'll reach out to Johnny Moore and try to work that angle.
I think we need to record our own farts.
That's fine.
For
Like,
some
for
of these.
real ones?
Yeah, I think
It's half those. Well, not those. The ones at the ticket. Some of those were actual.
I feel like we need to keep a running log. So then when we're firing these off, people are having to guess which one of the 3 of us they're from.
So gross. All right, it's YouTube and Spotify. We ask you to subscribe to both. Tip us on Super Chat, or you can tip us at buymeacoffee.com/Mike Taylor Live. You can even leave us a voicemail on Spotify now. Let us know what you think about our show. So if you are a subscriber to Spotify, you can find us by going to Mike Taylor Live. Listen to all these shows. They get downloaded and they get put on there right after our shows are over during the day, our live version. But you can also now leave us a voice. Remember the old Taylor voicemail we used to do? We can bring it back, and we can run them. So jump in here and leave us a voicemail. All right, Pickles for Dinner is coming up tonight at 7 with me and Nina.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is Thursday.
I've been told that she's going to reveal a lot of gross things about living with Taylor.
Spectacular.
Can't wait.
Spectacular.
It's going to make our relationship just so strong. That's it. We're done. Thank you to DJ LG. Thank you to Puma.
Larry, you mean?
No, y'all put that in my mouth. I love him.
Y'all, again.
Well, I didn't know the kid now. Well, he had to prove himself.
I love how you switch between it being
He's
y'all
great.
and the collective, all of us, versus just you.
Well, it depends.
It depends, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Again, I'm
if
like-
it's racism, then yeah, it's all of us here.
It's the Bob Knight Coaching School. You get a new kid on campus, you chew his ass up, you spit him out, and you abuse him in all the ways possible.
That's right.
If he's still playing for you, then you got something.
That's right.
Look at him over there. Right? Yeah.
Then you get buried upside down so all your critics can kiss your ass.
I
one
whipped him
last
into
time.
shape. Another All-American, DJLG. All right, that's it. Y'all watch Pickles for dinner tonight on YouTube and Spotify. We'll do this again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Love you hard. Later.
Come back, you puppy!